Let's paint this rock cliff together, from this to this. After I post the before and after video of this clip, a few people ask how I paint it. I'm not an artist. My strength is looking at an object and break it down into different color layers. But I'm not great with color theory, so I won't use any fancy art terms in this video. I will explain everything in a simple way. Firstly, this is part of my cliff-side diorama series. It's one dirt road running through 5 different cliff dioramas. So first, I shape the form, cut it, carve it, break it until I get something like this. Next, I cover the whole surface with a thin layer of watered down modeling plaster. I make it thin because I want it to flow into every little crack of the foam. After it dries, the foam becomes much stronger than raw foam. It also gives me a much better surface for painting. I also mix a little fine soil into the plaster to create a rough rock texture. Now let's get into the painting. I break it into 5 simple steps. Step 1. After the plaster is completely dry, the first color is black. I thin the paint a lot so it can flow deep into every crack. The foam still absorbs paint at this stage, so after it dries, I usually add 2 or 3 more coats if need. The goal is to create deep shadows inside the cracks where light can reach, like tiny caves or dark holes. And this is what it looks like after the first layer. Step 2 is gray. I dry brush the whole surface, but I avoid the deep cracks. This keeps the black inside the cracks, making the cliff look much deeper. And this is the result after the second layer. Normally, many people paint rock cliffs with just 3 colors, black, gray, and light beige gray. But for this diorama, I want an old, wet sedimentary rock cliff. Later, this diorama will also include water, so I want darker colors with patches of moss. Step 3. Now it's time to add brown and yellow. These colors represent both the natural color of the rock and soil and the yellow stains left by water over many years. I start with brown patches, then I add some yellow. And this is the result after the third layer. Step 4. At this point, the colors still look a little separate. They don't blend together naturally yet. So I mix a very thin brown wash and brush it over the whole cliff from top to bottom. Then I wait about 15 to 20 seconds and gently whip it with a paper towel. This softens the color transition and removes the hard edge between different colors. Here's the result. And this is how it looks outside natural light. Step 5. Now we add the wet moss effect. First, I dry brush a yellow-green color. I don't paint the whole cliff, I only paint the areas where I want the rock to look damp. After that dries, I add another layer with a richer green. I let some of the first color show through instead of covering everything. I also focus on the places where I later add moss, small plants or vines. That helps create the feeling of a damp environment where plants can grow. And this is the final result after the 5th layer. If you want a little more detail, you can lightly dry brush a very light beige gray on the sharp edge of the rocks. It helps bring out even more depth. And that's it. These are the 5 simple steps I use to paint my rock cliffs. You can use the same way of thinking with other types of rocks and different colors too. See you in the next video.